Come check out the freshest new bases from Elric's Hobbies. We have wood plank and industrial ruins for privateer / skirmish games. Spiking bits. Alright, welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. Rob Baer here with you again today. Checking in with the hottest new bases from Elric's Hobbies. Those are the folks that I always turn to for a lot of my projects. Of course, they don't have every design under the sun, but what they do have is very well done, American made, and shipped out quick. Great customer service. Love those guys. See them every year at Adepticon. Today, they sent us over the wood plank bases, all sorts of varieties and sizes that we're going to show you here in a minute. And they do a rounded lip version of the industrial ruins. You probably remember the industrial ruins bases we showcased, I want to say, a month or two ago on the channel here. Well, they're coming back. They're kicking these over so you can use them in games of Malifaux, in games of Privateer, anything out there that requires a rounded lip on the 30 mil. And then, of course, they have a Leviathan size as well right here, the 100 mil, I think it is. But, I mean, check out the detail on this stuff. I mean, it is crisp. I mean, look at the grains of sand. Look at the diamond plating. Look at the different types of stacks of diamond plating here. You got mesh, you got grains, you got cogs, you got stuff in. I don't even know what that is. It looks like poop. Oh no, they're piles of nuts. Holy cow, they're piles of screws and nuts in there. That's crazy. You can almost say it's nuts, I suppose. But man, this is an incredibly detailed base. Like, I don't know how they're doing it, if they're using Tom Cruise witchcraft or if they're just using 3D printing. I don't know. I haven't seen the guys, haven't asked them, but I will know all as soon as I see them at Adepticon this year in 2017. If you are on the fence about going to Adepticon, make sure you go. Elric's Hobbies will, of course, have a booth as well. Now, there's a telephone number in case you need to get a hold of them, but it's the easiest way to order their stuff is elricshobbies.com. Now, let's take a closer look at some of these bases. Of course, let's cover the skirmish stuff here in a second. Slide those out of the way. Now, we have lots of different shapes and sizes. I got a whole ton of other stuff here, too, that I haven't even pulled out of their packages. But as far as the wood plank stuff goes, I mean, you can see, again, fantastic detail. They've molded in all of the water, so it's basically literally a dock, or, you know, something basically floating in some sort of liquid. I guess lava wouldn't really work because you got some piers kind of driven into there, but with the little pylon ropes, the bosun ropes, whatever they call them there. And then there's more rope. And I mean, you can see the wood grain, all the dots where the nails have kind of sunk in or been rotted out by like the seawater, not getting weather treated there. And, you know, all you got to do is come in here with some blues, dry brush and or glaze it, and then hit it with some gloss, and you got a really exciting looking water base. Of course, you can do the same thing. You can say it's swamp, you can say it's whatever. Like, you've got a lot of options here if you're looking for some sort of water themed kind of type bases for your army. Now, of course, this is the Dread Knight size. I think, what is this, 105 oval? I want to say this is oval 105, but I know that's not right. I want to say, oh, it's 120. So this is the 120. This is your traditional Dread Knight. Then you've got the 105 Cavalry right here, which features more interesting details. You got some conch shells, a couple of shells there, a nice twine rope, and then, of course, the corner of the dock right there. So lots of different patterns, and I think there's a couple of these bases. So I'll showcase them here at the end. But again, fantastic looking stuff. This is the large Cavalry 105, and then they've got, got some stragglers here for the industrial ruins, rounded lip ones. And then you've got the smaller 75 millimeter, that's the medium Cavalry. Then there's a smaller size, actually. No, wait, this is 105, this is 90, and then there's a smaller size in this. There's a 75, and then there's even a smaller size that stuff like little pets and things go on in Age of Sigmar. So they run the gamut, like, as far as the size. They have sizes for stuff I don't even know what it's used for. I'm just like, all right, well, that's cool. So, and then of course they got 60 mils, which are very ubiquitous. Like, you see them used for pretty much everything. Here you got at the corner, it looks like erosion is starting to set in on that corner, and of course a little rope and a seashell too. And then you've got your 32 mils, which are the new hotness for Games Workshop. Again, great detail work. Not a single one is alike. It looks like they are 10 fresh new designs. A couple of them look similar, but they are not the same, which is, you know, kind of hard to find, kind of rare to find out there sometimes, where a lot of people duplicate the same designs. Of course, I have a 50 mil. Very cool looking stuff. I haven't seen these painted up, but again, you can definitely paint them up in a variety of themes. It doesn't have to be water. It could be ice. It could be, it wouldn't make sense to be lava, but it could be lava. It could be like swamps. It could be dark. It could be dingy. It could be muddy. You know, it could be all sorts of different things. Really kind of just kind of take it and embrace it. I mean, we saw Kenny over at Next Level Painting take some bases that were meant to be desert and turn them into ice and Arctic type bases, and it just blew my mind. I was like, that is literally a desert base, and you just flipped the script on everybody with your paint job there. So really, the sky is the limit sometimes when it comes to paint jobs. So there's are the basic sizes. Now, of course, we've got crazy sizes like, what is this? This is a 130 round, which I guess would be for some of the Age of Sigmar stuff. Again, great quality, great design. As far as pricing goes, most of these bases are $5 to $10. When you start getting into the bigger stuff, it starts getting over $12, $15. You can check out all the pricing on their website, of course. Very easy to use. I've ordered stuff from them before for my Ogors. So I think it's the shell kind of bases from them. But these are pretty cool too. We're actually going to give these away live on Twitch. We'll do a bunch of smaller giveaways because I want to be able to ship to Europe, so we'll just do an 8-ounce sampler pack. So if it goes over 8 ounces, it's very hard to ship things to Europe. It gets a little pricey, but I think that might be kind of neat. And this is a wood plank 100 mil round, again with the beveled edge, great detail work here. You know, all sorts of two different types of twine, all the holes there for where the planks would attach. Very, very cool stuff. So moving on down the line of random sizes, I don't know what they're for, but obviously they make them because there is a model for them. 80 millimeter base with a starfish and a conch shell of sorts. As far as rounds go, then we got the Super Duper, which I think is the Archaon size. This is a 160 round. So it doesn't seem like it's big, but once you start comparing it to the 130 and then down to the 60, you kind of start to see, wow, those are pretty big. Now, this is only $11 from them, which I feel like is pretty reasonable. These folks are great customer service. I've known Steve and Tony for a very long time. Epic hobbyists in their own right. And here's the Night Titan base, $12.50 for this one. Really interesting. It's got double water on it and a whole bunch of, but you can tell there's space for the Night Titan feet. You can go that way, you can go that way, and you can put the little piece, the Night Titan piece, over the rope. Because remember, there's a little bit of a joint or like a convex in the little where the foot attaches to the anklet, I guess you could say it is. I don't know what the bottom of your foot is, the arch. We'll go with arch. I'm not a nightologist. I don't know what to call these things, but that is a good start, I can imagine. And of course, some more 60 mil style bases here. You always got to have 60 mils because why not? This is the, that's another 105, like I was saying. So there's your second 105 style. Got some 40 mils coming in. Again, one of each in the pack. 5 of these for $6.50, which I feel like is very fair price. And then these are the super tiny Cavalry. These are the wood plank 60 mil Cavalry, and I think there's one more. It's these. Yeah, these are 75. So there's your gradation of Cavalry bases. Boom, right there. So you've got here you got the 105 on down to the 65, but you can see they're all obviously used for different things when it comes to the Warhams and some more 40 mil bases. So they've got tons and tons of sizes, tons and tons of varieties. Most stuff has 2 different sizes, and if not, you can flip it around, like stuff like the Night Titan base, and you know, all that stuff is very easy. Now let's take a look at the Industrial Ruins. I was really smitten with the Industrial Ruins when they came in. I was like, wow, these are very, very well detailed. Like, I just couldn't believe the amount of detail. These guys are very serious about their bases, and it definitely shows. There's a lot of other folks out there, of course, in the world that make bases, but you know, these guys are always coming out with some fresh stuff. I don't know whether it's inspired by their personal projects or, you know, what's going on in their gaming scene up there in Chicago, but man, I'll tell you what, I always love seeing what they come up with. So there's the few styles we already showed you, or the sizes. The 100 mil colossal size, obviously for privateer press, and your 30 mil, which is just your basic troopers. Now, they go into very, very, very many more sizes. Here you've got a rounded edge 50 mil. And again, all the details on this are crisp. Look at the edges, look at the diamond plating, look at the cogs. Like there's no underhangs, there's no messed up edges. There's no bubble spots. So you got a bunch of different 50 mils, because of course we know those are very important in most of the skirmish games, and a pack of 40 mils. So you got some 40 mil styles as well. Very cool stuff, and more 50 mils. So they've got the styles for you. You just have to kind of jump in here and kind of see what you're looking for and what you got. And remember, don't always pigeonhole yourself into thinking you have to use a certain type of base a certain way, because that's not the case. Like, we've seen it in the past. Like, you can go from bright blues and polar colors to, dust to dirt to mud, all sorts of different ways to do it. Don't just let your mind run wild. Like, Google like craziest terrain features, terrain basing out there. Like, I saw a crazy picture of a cobblestone alleyway in Croatia that it literally matched. It looked exactly the floor, the cobblestones in the floor, which of course curved and meandered out of the view of the camera, literally matched exactly the sides of the buildings that were built, around it. So they used the same stone for the same everything, and I don't see why something like that in the Grimdark universe wouldn't maybe happen as well. When resources are scarce, why not? So that's about it for this one. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I'm really excited about these bases they sent over, and again, many thumbs up on these particular bases here. Make sure you check out their website, elrixhobbies.com. The link, of course, is in the comments field as well. Of course, always leave your questions, comments, anything you want to know about these bases, sizes, this is a great way to save both time and money for your hobby, because you save the time basically buying something that's pre-made and just going into the paint phase instead of basically painting a secondary figure almost. And you save money because they have such great reasonable prices. They ship out of the central US, so you're not going to get gouged on shipping or anything like that as well. Thanks for watching, y'all. Happy hobbying.
Deleted scenes, bonus content, and all the interviews and post-game wrap-up videos can be located in the Hall of Veterans on thelongwar.net. Visit thelongwar.net today and try a week completely free with no strings attached. That's not all. Thelongwar.net is also your hobby resource for exclusive early access with an ad-free experience to all your favorite videos. Members of the Hall of Veterans gain early exclusive access to multiple hobby videos.